We got a coach. All right, we're trying to get started here. Waiting for some refs to hit the ice. I think they gave a buzzer, see if we can alert them. But no refs in view. Still buzzing, trying to get them out here. Not seeing the Fraser players down either, but I think I see one of the coaches, so they're ready to come out. Hope you guys are all doing well. Here we are. Oh, we got some refs on the ice, so we're getting ready to get started. It is a Friday morning at about, what are we at? 9:57, almost 7 minutes late. I've seen worse. We're gonna go. Clint and I, this Dan, down here. We'll be videoing and sharing what's happening this morning. We're playing against Fraser Valley U14. 14U is playing against the Utah Junior Mustangs. Was it Raptors? I think it's Mustangs. You check it out. I think we got Mustangs. It's either Junior Raptors or Junior Mustangs. We'll just call them Utah. It's the Junior Mustangs. So they left the Senior Mustangs at home. We are playing Raptors later. Clint already.
Wouldn't that be a Colt?
A day ahead.
Junior Mustang?
Yeah. Why not call it a Colt? It's not quite as exciting, I guess. Boys are out on the ice, skating around, and some of the guys I think stayed down last night and had a little bit later of a morning. Others drove down this morning, and a little bit of dust on the roads, not too bad. Snow dust, and I think everybody's made it here safely. So we'll have a few minutes to get everybody warmed up. Refs getting the goals in place, hoping nobody takes a cheap shot from behind at the goal as they're popping the goals onto the pins. Players knocking it around. If you weren't watching last weekend, such a great tournament, the Silver Sticks tournament over Thanksgiving weekend. And it was really fun as Fraser went undefeated for the whole tournament. And the last couple games were really good, real intense. And just an awesome experience. That game, that win in the final game, ends up sending Fraser up to Canada. So January 8th, we'll have our first game. It's in Ontario, is that right, Clint? On Pelham, Ontario.
Yes, I think that's
which is right across, you kind of go up to, we're flying into Buffalo. And then going across the border, past Niagara Falls, up to Pelham. So pretty excited for that. And it's coming up quickly, January 8th, so that'll be fun. We'll video that from up north. But today, this weekend, we've got a good tournament down here in Fort Collins.
And Dan, I've seen teams from all over the U.S. here already at the hotel. We have Arizona, Florida, Missouri, Colorado, of course, Texas and Utah, at least. I think there's more. So it's a big tournament, big draw.
National tournament here. We'll see how the boys do as they come out.
And this afternoon's game is going to be against some of our old friends, Extreme.
Yeah.
Who a lot of these guys have played on the same team together with them. So that'll be interesting. That's at 2 o'clock today.
And I think we played them. Didn't we have a scrimmage early in the season with them?
We probably did.
Kind of a friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know how friendly it was, but I think we were down. I don't think we had any of our goalies. I think we maybe pulled up a Pee-wee goalie. Yes, that's right. And so I know, talking to my son Juna, he was excited to take another crack at the Extreme. I think it was a tie or a close game. We'll see how it is today. See which goalie's playing. Is it Ridge? Yeah. We'll see. It's switching up. It'll either be Roan or Bobo. Both of them had amazing tournaments last weekend. Back and forth, and just incredible. And they were just walls in the net, helping the team. We've got Shapansky, our captain, back on the ice. He played the last game last weekend, but was out for most of it. Vela and Thomas, assistants. Obviously, Fraser in their black and red, and the Utah Junior Mustangs in this pretty cool jerseys. Buzzer's gone. Boys are getting the pucks together, and we're going to get started.
I think it's just Gunner that's not here, right? That's what it looked like on the crossbar.
All right, the word on the street is Garrett Bellis is out, maybe with an injury from the last tournament. And then I know Gunner Daly Gould is not here this morning, so a couple players down, but we've got Shapandy back, and boys should be doing well. All right, players are out on the ice. We've got, let's see who's starting in there. Looks like we're going to have Kolpa. Defense is Purdy and McNeil. Boys are just going up to the boards. Quick conversation with the coach. I think it's going to be Thomas. There's six players next to the board, so I can't tell which one's not playing. You might want to go. All right, here we go. We've got Vela, Kolpa, and Thomas up front, McNeil and Purdy on defense. Vela with the face-off. Checking if the goalies are ready. They both said yep. Fans are ready. Woo! Here we go. Puck is down. Goes over to Utah. Utah trying to circle around. Kolpa with a quick hit on the boards. They take it to the outside. It's in the Fraser zone. Vela skating it around. He's going to chip it down Thomas. Thomas trying to get through. Can't get past the Utah player. It goes back into the Fraser side of the ice. And Purdy takes it around the back. He's got some speed. Looking for the pass. He's going to send it up. Hoping for Kolpa. It does go past. It dinks off, and so we're not going to have an icing call. Kolpa, good hit to the boards, but he ends up going down. Utah into the corner, hoping to get it out of the zone. And they do. They skate it out. Goes to the middle zone, neutral zone. Vela knocks it back. Utah circling it around. Kolpa coming on. Moving to the other side. Thomas with a stick on the puck. He keeps it in. Utah trying to get it through there. And it stays in the zone. It's knocked back in. It's in the neutral zone. Utah moving it around. A couple hits in the middle of the ice. Utah skating it down. Defended by Shapanski. Madsen cuts it back to Shapanski. Shapanski looking for space. Backhands it. A little bit of a fan on it. Goes to the Utah player. Utah sends it out wide. This one's going to be no icing because it was off Utah. Looks like Waldo chasing that one down up top. And Waldo's going to get there. Utah collects the puck. DeGarmo in. Kai Moon in. Shapanski keeps it in, knocked out by a Utah player. Madsen takes it back. It's a 2-on-1. Madsen did a good job of getting that one out of the danger zone. Moon skating it down. Cutting towards the middle. He's got a couple players looking for the pass. Comes out of the zone. That one's going to go wide. Icing called off. Puck goes across. Over to Moon. Moon flicks it down, dumps it into the corner. Everybody chasing it down. DeGarmo's there. Goes to a Utah player. Comes out. Waldo hitting the side. Comes off of Moon's stick. McNeil, good job knocking it down. DeGarmo trying to keep it in the zone. Comes out wide. Neutral zone, Utah moving it through. A couple hits. Purdy skates it around, launches it to Thomas. Thomas keeps it there, bumps it forward, goes to a Utah player. Comes in front of the goal. Moon sends it across the middle. Thankfully, nobody able to get there. Thomas skating this one down hard, and that's going to be an icing call. and we'll bring it back onto the Fraser side of the ice.
And Dan, we have exactly 2 lines today, so you're going to see a
Wow.
lot of the same guys over and over because we only have 10.
That's
10 players.
10 players, 2
Yeah.
solid lines.
So it's
We've
good
got
strategy.
Bobo in net, Mr. Ridge the wall.
I need an R word to rhyme with Ridge.
Bobo the brick house. Vela with the face-off. Face-off stays on the circle. Thomas trying to get it out of there, goes to Utah. Utah gets back to Thomas. Thomas pops it forward. Utah's going to take it up top. They get it through. Goes to Copa. Copa shoots it up to Thomas. Thomas racing to get there. Can he beat the Utah player? Into the corner. Thomas, he's got it, pushes it out. Oh, goes off the side of the net. Utah trying to circle it back. Pops it through, comes out to McNeil. McNeil chasing it down. Purdy's going to race this one to the corner. Utah coming on strong. They whip it back. Middle of the zone. Copa's going to skate it through. Copa skating it out. DeGarmo's on the ice. Utah knocks it out of his hands as Copa had his eyes for the goal. Vela still in there. We got a knock from both sides on a Utah player. He's down on the ice. Big hit by Copa on the player with the puck. DeGarmo chips it around. Goes back to Copa. Copa pops it through to Vela. Oh no, that's DeGarmo. Goes around back. Purdy just finishing this one down. Utah also coming in. Purdy, player into the boards. Oh, pass to the front. Good job by Bobo knocking that one out. An opportunity here. Oh, off the post. 2 opportunities for Utah there. Good job by Bobo getting it out of there. We can't give them those chances that close to the goal. Shapansky pushing hard. Utah looking for the pass to the middle. They've got a player there. Sends it out wide. Utah setting it up. Backhands can't get it anything there. Vela skating it down. Vela's got DeGarmo. Shot towards the goal off the Utah sticks. Going to pop over the top of the goal and into the back boards. Goes behind. They flick it back. Shapansky keeps it in. Utah able to pin it against the boards, and they're going to move it down. Big push here by Utah. As they're skating it through, takes a shot towards the goal. Good job by Bobo. Backhand out to Waldo. Waldo tries to get it across to Fraser player. There we go. Madsen's going to skate it down. Madsen chips it up to Moon. Moon skating it to the outside, just launches it towards the goal gently. Gets around the middle, fans on it. Utah with a push here. We've got 3, looks like, well, it's a 2-on-3. Shapansky keeping it in the zone. Good cross by Utah, and they've been using that a few times already this game. Madsen grabs the puck. He's skating it down. Takes it across. He's got a little bit of space. Good job dodging. Shot towards the goalie. Good save. Another opportunity. Oh, my goodness. It was floating in front of the goal. Fraser not able to knock it through. Utah grabs it. Utah skates it across.
First shots on goal of the game.
That was the first shot on goal officially of the game. A couple close opportunities really for both teams. Utah trying to get it around front. Utah turns it around, looking for the pass to the middle. Shot towards Bobo. Bobo, good block. Utah again. They've got a pass in the middle if they use it. They're good job moving it around. We got to get it out of there. Fraser. We've got Waldo. He dinks it down. In the neutral zone, Utah picks it up. Goes back to DeGarmo. DeGarmo skates it around. DeGarmo up to Vela. Vela, he's got some speed. No players with him, so we're taking a line change. Vela knocks the guy into the boards. Utah ends up with the puck. Thomas. Puck there, sends it back down, hoping to get to Vela. Vela's got it. He's got Copa in the middle if he can use him. Shot on goal. Copa with a, oh my goodness! Empty net, just bounced off just wrong off of his stick. That was so close there. Utah pushing back. Comes to the neutral zone. We knock it in, back out to the neutral zone. Utah pushing through. Thomas putting some pressure on the players. Up to Vela. Vela skating it down. Copa kicks it through. Good job keeping that under control with his puck. And we've got an offsides call. Thomas was up there for the pass, but puck's brought back. So far, this has been a good physical game on Fraser's side. Big hits into the board. Thomas, Copa, Vela up front. Vela with the faceoff. 0-0 the score. We have, it's hard to read, 7:14 left to go in this first period. This is the Utah Junior Mustangs against Fraser Valley 14U team. Purdy launches it down, goes up and into the net. Ref's having some fun with the players down there. He's joking. I didn't know. It launched at the ref. I didn't know if he was upset, but he was just messing with him. Velas ends up getting the puck. Vela, nice move, has a chance towards the goal. He's congested and he scores! I couldn't see it. It was behind some players, but he got past two Utah players, skated through, and was able to get that one, I think, right in the side corner, far side of the net. And so that'll make the score 1-0, Fraser on top. This is a good game. This Utah team is not an easy team. They've had a number of really good passes right in front of our goal. Bobo staying strong, and our defense clearing it out of there, but a couple scary opportunities for Utah. 1-0 the score, 7 minutes left to go in the first period. What are you thinking, Clint?
Well, it's good to see, back down on their side of the ice. I mean, it's been a little bit back and forth. It seems like a pretty good competition so far.
Yeah, Utah's chance here. Good job by Madsen keeping that one out of there. Utah keeps it in, dumps it down back. We've got Shapansky chasing that one to the corner. Madsen hoping to get it out. Utah gets a stick on it. Comes back through. Utah brings it behind the goal, looking for the pass in the middle. They've had that a few times today. Shapansky trying to launch it out. Utah taking it to the corner. Goes to Madsen. Madsen. He sends it down. He's got a pass right up to Waldo. Goes under his stick, but Moon's chasing it down into the corner. And big hit against the boards. Utah not giving in. They're pushing back pretty good. And Utah's going to make a push here. They're skating down fast. Using the boards, pushing them off the puck. Good job by Madsen. Puck goes into the back of the Fraser side. Shapansky's chasing it down.
Delayed offsides.
Looks like a delayed offsides. Fraser gonna. Yep. Moon, good job skating it back and forth. He's got a 3-on-1. Good job by DeGarmo keeping it under control. He's got a number of players back there. It's gonna go back to Purdy. Purdy trying to get it through. Comes out of the zone in the neutral zone. Utah trying to make something of it. Good job by Purdy, gets a stick on it. Utah sends it back. It's gonna go to DeGarmo. DeGarmo launches it down, gets a little time. Let's get a line change for these boys. We've only got 2 lines going on here, so we're going to see them on and off. They're going to have a pretty tiring game, but hopefully they'll get a good routine going. We're going to have Thomas on. Vela. Looks like McNeil and Purdy. Goes to Vela. Vela. Saying it up to Waldo. Waldo. He's got a couple players here. Goes to Vela. Vela skating it through. Vela almost tripped. He does. He doesn't get called on the tripped. No. Vela keeps it in the zone. Good job. Vela moving around. He's got Thomas if he can use him. Shot on the goal. Bounced up high. Vela knocked into the boards. McNeil sends it back. Thomas hoping to get there. Utah gets on it. Culpa tries to make a big hit. Can't quite get there. Thomas goes down. And we have looks like our first penalty of the game. I think it was a tripping call on Thomas. Nope, we've got a penalty against Culpa. I was focused on the trip and didn't see what happened there. Maybe you guys saw that. We're gonna have a power play for the Utah Junior Mustang. Out on the ice, we've got Shapansky and Purdy on defense. Looks like Vela and Thomas on offense here.
It's our penalty kill team here, and we've got some speedsters out there.
Yeah. Let's keep them out of the zone.
And it looks like we might have moved McNeil down the defense. We'll have to wait and see next time they come out, but I think that's where he's playing.
It looks like it. Maybe with Gunner not here. Yep. All right, Johnny with the face-off. Utah's done a good job of passing it around. We'll see how they do here on the power play. Good job. Goes to Thomas. Thomas knocks it down. He's going to race this one out. Decides to play it soft since it's a power play. Utah taking it to the corner. We have 1:47 left to go in the power play. 4:18 left to go in the first period. 1-0 score. Fraser up. Shot on goal. Good job by Bobo knocking it out. No real danger there, but you never know. We'll have a face-off. 1:38 left to go on the power play kill. Thomas, Vela still in. Shapansky and Purdy still on defense.
Puck down, goes back to Szczepanski. Szczepanski's gonna whip it around. Utah able to keep it in the zone. Going back to Szczepanski. Szczepanski bounces it off the boards, hoping to get Thomas. Thomas knocks it out of the zone, sends it across. He's looking for Vela on the far side. Vela playing soft since it's a power play. Goes back to Szczepanski. Szczepanski, a little bit of time. He's gonna skate it up the middle. And he's got a little space. He's gonna take it. Good job moving it through for Szczepanski. Actually, no, that's Purdy now. Purdy comes off of his stick. Thomas grabs it. Thomas is gonna skate it into the corner. Big hit against the boards. Thomas down, pops back up. Utah making a push back. Thomas is gonna have to race back as we've got a power play coming on here. But Utah, with not much support back there, Szczepanski's gonna be knocking it, goes behind the goal. Vela whips it back. Utah takes it up top. Looking to set up, shot towards the goal. Good job by Vela, blocking that with his feet. He's got Thomas, if he can race there. Thomas getting out, Vela getting out. Line change up front. We've got DeGarmo and Moon coming in. Big change for defense as well. Szczepanski's still on. So Szczepanski's still on defense. Good job by Szczepanski getting on through. Goes to Moon. Moon wants it through. And that one goes on the Utah side of the ice. 18 seconds left to go in the kill. Good job by Fraser right now. Goes back to Madsen. Madsen pops it up to Moon. Moon sends it through into the zone. 10 seconds left in this power play kill. Utah skates it around. Hoping to get something going here before this teams are even. 2, 1. We're going to be at full strength, folks, as Fraser back on. Utah's got it still up top. Utah setting it up. Thor comes in. And it comes out of the zone. They didn't call it, but they're going to keep playing. DeGarmo hoping to get it through. Utah sets up here. Utah sending it down. Good job by Madsen, knocking it with his leg. Pops it around, hoping to get to DeGarmo. DeGarmo skates to it. Utah able to get it first, and it's a goal! Nobody was covering the Utah player as the puck was changing sides, and Utah able to send it into him in a quick backhand. And he was all alone there with Bobo. So 1-1 is the score. They scored right at the end after the power play. 2:06 left to go in the first period. It's a good game. Players coming out on the ice. We've got Kolpa, Waldo, and Moon up front. Looks like McNeil and Purdy on defense. Moon with face-off. Puck down, goes back. We've got Moon skating that one through, goes to Waldo. Waldo dumps it down, players chase in. We've got Kolpa on the far side. He's gonna chase him around. Utah trying to bring it out of the zone, and they do. They bring it in the neutral zone, but goes to Purdy. Purdy skating it around, goes back to McNeil. McNeil tries to get it through. It bounces off a Utah player, but McNeil picks it again. Mr. Bridger McNeil bringing it onto the Utah side. Ice sends it to the middle. Nobody able to get a stick on it. Kolpa chasing from behind. Utah, good job by Kolpa slapping at that one. Got the puck out of his hands. Ends up going to Vela. Vela resetting. Goes off a Utah player. Stays in the neutral zone. Utah making a push. Thomas gets a stick on it. Goes back to Kolpa. Kolpa whips it up to Thomas. Thomas sending it through to Vela. Doesn't quite get there. Utah player gets on it. Into the neutral zone. Thomas chasing on. Thomas putting some pressure in the back zone. Good forecheck. Goes down to Purdy. Purdy's going to chase this one in the back. We've got 1 minute left to go. Puck comes around wide to Utah. Utah trying to get it through. Goes to Vela. Vela up to Kolpa. Kolpa skating it down. He's going to dump it towards the goal. Goes wide. Thomas, he's on into the corner. Dodges a hit. Utah skates it through. Big hit there. Thomas tries to bring it across the front. Can't get in front of the Utah player. Big hit on Thomas. He goes down. He's up. Puck goes back. Gets back to Purdy. Purdy whips it through. Vela trying to get on it. Utah pushing that one through. Goes to Madsen. Madsen up to Purdy. Purdy sends it through. Utah trying to set it up. Good pressure there by DeGarmo. Purdy pushing through. DeGarmo chasing on into the Utah side of the ice. We've just got 10 seconds left. It's going to go back to Purdy. Looking for the setup. Knocked into the ref there. Utah skating it around, and that's the end of the first period. We've got a good game on the ice here. Even score, 1-1, end of the first period. Utah Junior Mustangs against Fraser Valley Eagles. What's the word? What's the word?
From a physicality standpoint, Dan, I think Fraser's definitely got the upper hand. I haven't seen a lot of checking.
A little bit at the end there, just a little bit at the end. A
Just a
few
little
hits
bit.
Utah, but it took a while for them to warm
I
up
feel
to
like
the.
that's not something this Utah team has either works on, or maybe they played some tournaments with checking stuff out. Because
Maybe.
they definitely got the upper hand there. Unfortunately, that open man pass, it looked like maybe just kind of a quick turnaround, and there was a guy just sitting there right in front of the bench.
I think Fraser was ready to move,
That was
and
a
they moved away
mistake,
from their player. Yeah.
Otherwise, pick me up with the one. I haven't had a lot of shots on goal, but
Yeah. I felt like that first 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'd say, 5 to 8, Utah was passing it around quite a bit and getting some opportunities right in front of the goal, but that hasn't happened really in the last half of the period, which is nice. That was scaring me. I was scared.
yeah, with only 2 lines, these boys are going to start
Yeah.
feeling it soon, so we're going to have to get some Red Bull in those water bottles. or something.
Yeah. All right, whistles, refs blew the whistle. We'll hop back on. And this time the puck will be down playing our direction. Again, if you just joined us, we're down here in Fort Collins for this tournament. The score is 1-1 right now. Second period just getting ready to start. Fraser Valley Eagles against the Utah Junior Mustangs. And as Clint recognized, there's a number of players from around the country, teams from around the country who seem to be here for this tournament. We've got Moon, Waldo, and DeGarmo starting up front here with Madsen and Shapansky in the back. Ref trying to get the crowd riled up. Moon with the face-off. Goes up to Utah. Utah going. Moon skating on hard. Good job putting some pressure on, and Moon gets there. Looking for the pass. Does he have somebody in the middle? Sends it through. Goes to a Utah player. Utah now setting up the other direction. Good job to DeGarmo putting a shoulder on their player. Shapansky's got it in the back. Shapansky taking his time, looking for the pass, bounces it up, goes to a Utah player, but Fraser getting it out of the zone. Waldo getting it through to DeGarmo. DeGarmo skating around, comes off a Utah skate. Utah turning it the other direction. We got a 3-on-2, shot towards the goal. Good job by Bobo. A shield save there over the top, and that one goes into the net and we'll have a face-off. Same team, same line, still out there. Waldo, Garmo, Moon. Defense, we've got Madsen and Shapansky. Moon with face-off. Puck is down. They're skating around, comes out in front of the goal. Utah brings it out top. They've got it, can't get anything going on there. Fraser trying to get it out. Waldo hits at it. Utah player able to knock that one towards the goal, but Bobo is on top of it and knocks it out of the way. Utah circling it around, sending it up top to the corner. Not a great shot. Fraser hoping to get it finally out of the zone, and they do. Moon moves it down, he kicks it forward. They're skating hard. Moon again, racing the player there, knocks him against the wall. Good physical play there. Waldo gets a stick on it. Comes up top. Shapansky sends it through a couple players, but can't get through all of them. Goes back to Utah, who now sends it up to Moon. Moon bringing it through, hoping to get a play into the middle. Good job by Utah, putting a little bit of body into him. Utah trying to get it out of there. Goes back to Shapansky. Shapansky sends it through, hits a Utah player on the stick. Utah setting up again. Vella's now on the ice. DeGarmo's still on the ice. Waldo's still on the ice. Puck comes around, goes to Madsen. Madsen into the corner. And Shapansky there too. They're going to whip it forward, hoping to get it out of the zone. Utah keeps it in. Utah and Fraser fighting for it into the corner. Somebody lost their stick. Looks like it's Utah player. Fraser pushing through. Madsen trying to get it out of the zone there. Goes back to Vella. Vella's going to skate it. Stick still down for the Utah player. He finally picks it up. Good pass across to DeGarmo. DeGarmo, he takes it, looking for the pass, goes to Vella. Great job, cuts through him. Shot right off the pads of the goalie. Good idea there for Vella and DeGarmo. That was a beautiful play. Just couldn't quite finish past the Utah goalie. Good job, Kolpa sticking a poke check and gets the puck out of the Utah player's stick and keeps it in the zone. Vela skating it around. He keeps it in. He's got Thomas, he's got Kopa in there. Kopa, good job, knocks it around. Utah can't get it out, sends it to Szczepanski. Szczepanski keeps it, goes out of the zone. Thomas, over to Vela. Vela knocks it through. Thomas and Kopa chasing on. Utah player cuts it back. Vela there with a little pressure. Pushed into the boards. Thomas keeps it in the zone. They're fighting for it against the boards, and it comes out. They'll skate it around. Thomas, good job. Or no, it's Vela, moves it around. He's looking for a chance here. He sends it to Thomas. Thomas, he fans on it, can't quite get it. Another shot off the post. Vela looking for somebody, and it's in there. It crossed the line. It crossed the line. That's a goal. That one looked like Vela might have whipped that one off the back of the goalie, rolled down his back and across the line. Good job by the refs watching.
Well, folks, we're going to have to go back and rewind this one for us because I didn't see it.
I couldn't tell. It looked like maybe Vela backhanded it and it bounced down, but...
No, Thomas is making handshakes too. So
yeah, we'll see. It's a goal. We'll count it regardless. I know.
Me and Brian were both feeling like that.
Yeah. 2-1 is score. Fraser up. Vela, Thomas, Kopa up front. In the back, we've got Szczepanski and Purdy. Puck goes back to Purdy. Actually, it's McNeil and Purdy back there. Puck moving forward. Utah able to grab it. Utah hoping for a chance here. Send it across. There's a Utah player there, but Purdy's on it first. Goes up to Thomas. Thomas tries to knock it through, gets it through to Kopa. Comes off his stick. Vela able to grab it. Vela skating it down. We've got a 2-on-1. Vela tries to shoot. Thomas brings it back through. Knocks it into the corner. Kopa's chasing for it there. He's trying to swat it back towards Thomas. Got into the corner. Oh, big hit there. Should have potentially been a boarding call. I don't know. Slap shot. Oh, good try there by McNeil. Purdy sends it through. Thomas is going to try to get there. Kopa with a big hit. That one also probably a little bit of a risky shot there. Things are getting pretty physical. Thomas is trying to get on that. Kopa goes for it. Thomas knocks it through. Thomas skating it down into the corner. He's able to get there, put some pressure on the player. They're pushing around a little bit. This game is heating up. Utah sends it back. Kopa chasing it down. Kopa slaps it back towards the Utah side of the ice. We're going to have a line change. This guy's break. Some of that extracurricular activity takes a lot of energy out of the boys. DeGarmo, good slap through. Utah sends it back. Utah's going to whip it down. 9 minutes left to go in the second period. 2-1 score. This game is heating up, and it's not going to be an easy one for either team. Waldo dumps it into the corner, gives everybody a chance to make a line change. Moon on it. Big hit by Moon into Waldo gets it. Moon sends it across, nobody there. But DeGarmo's going to be there. Tries to get it out, comes off of his stick, goes to a Utah player. Utah skating it down. They've got some speed. They've got a big move here. Good job by Purdy staying on him, pushing him outside wide. Good pass, and Moon is there. Or maybe that was Madsen defensively to get the puck out of there. Great job defensively as they had some speed coming into that one. Moon's going to take it forward, sends it through, goes to a Utah player. Utah trying to set it back up. Waldo keeps it in with his stick, comes out wide. DeGarmo putting some pressure on. Utah skating it through. Purdy trying to keep the defensive. Good job defensively. Blocks it with his knee pad, or his shin guard. Madsen sends it through. Goes up to DeGarmo. DeGarmo can't get it out of the zone. Purdy skating it the other side. Backhands around the corner. Moon's going to race there. We've got Waldo there. He sends it up to Moon. Moon uses his skate, gets it out of the zone. DeGarmo skating this one down, moving it around. Utah is back, ready. Good shot. Oh, great shot by DeGarmo from out wide off of the goalie's stick. Good speed. This one is going to stay in the zone. Madsen's there to keep it there. Madsen skates down. Somebody's got to cover his spot in the back. Nobody's covered him up yet, so here we go. We're going to have Szczepanski. He's got to get there because he's all by himself. It'd be a 3-on-1. Good job by Szczepanski staying on. Gets it out of the neutral zone. Let everybody get a little break. Goes back to Madsen. Madsen across to Szczepanski. Waldo actually gets there. Waldo taking it down. Goes through. We've got DeGarmo skating at it. Moon putting some pressure on. Puck comes outside wide. Utah with a chance. Shoots towards the goal. Goes high at the goal. Waldo. Utah able to knock it back in. Madsen chasing this one down to the corner. Utah gets on it. Moon skating it down. He's got DeGarmo. He's got Waldo on the far side. Moon's going to dump it. Let these guys race into it. Utah trying to get it out of there. Caught up in the skates of our Fraser player. Shapansky tries to get it, and there's a fast break here for Utah. Let's see what Moon... Oh, good job by Bobo. The puck just got a little bit in front of the Utah player, and he couldn't get control of it, and Bobo was there ready to get it out of there. Puck, Waldo skating it through, gets past one. He's got one more to beat. He gets past him. He's got a shot towards the goal. He shoots. It's off the goalie out wide. Utah making a move back the other direction. Vela on the ice. Kolpa on the ice. Kolpa puts some pressure from behind. Good back check. Shapansky swatting at it. Comes off of a Fraser skate. Waldo trying to slap it forward. He wants to get a break. The rest of his line has changed. Waldo's coming off. Thomas is going to come on. Fraser knocks it into neutral zone. Utah, offsides call. They don't call it. McNeil has it in the corner, trying to get it out of there. Goes to Vela. Vela skating up. He's got Thomas. He's got Kolpa. He's going to skate it down. He's got two players to beat. We've seen Vela in this position before. Utah ends up getting a hold of it. They're going to whip it down. That'll go back to Shapansky. Shapansky setting up. Sends it up to Vela. Vela skating through. He's got Kolpa if he needs it. They get a little caught up. Vela looking for Thomas, looking for Kolpa. Comes off of his stick. Utah able to get it again. Bring it back down to McNeil. McNeil sends it across to Purdy. Purdy flips it up to Thomas. Thomas can't swat it past him. Comes back. This is going to go again to McNeil. McNeil's got a player coming on strong. He backhands it, gets it to Kolpa. Kolpa whips it through. That'll go to behind the back of the goal. Thomas chasing on to that Utah player. Thomas gets there. Utah trying to skate it out. Thomas on his heels. Good job by Thomas. Gets the stick on it. Oh, DeVella can't get quite control that one. Comes out wide. Another dump into the corner. Kolpa around this side. Thomas chasing on. Thomas sends it back forward towards the goal. They're using the net there. You can see the puck on the ice. Comes out. Kolpa keeps it in. Thomas gets the skate on it. Kolpa trying to keep it in there. Thomas swats it forward. Moon's going to be there. Puck comes out. Line change for Fraser. Kolpa stays in. Thomas is out. Waldo's on. Good job by Waldo. He came onto the ice and did a great job of getting that out of the zone. Waldo gets knocked to the ground. Moon there. He's got Purdy if he can get to it. Goes to, oh, good. It bounced around. I thought that was going to be a great pass to Purdy, but the goalie for Utah was able just to get his stick on that. And now fast break, but great defense by Madsen knocking that one out. Fast-paced game going on here. Shot. Good job by Bobo knocking that one out of the area. Fraser hoping to get out. These guys have got to be tired. 3:39 left to go in the second period. Puck comes out of the zone. Utah resets. Fraser, we've got Moon, DeGarmo, and Waldo up front. Purdy and Madsen on defense. Puck's going to go around the back. Madsen's going to chase it there. He's got two Utah players, though, coming on. Waldo gets a stick on it. Waldo knocks it through, stays in the zone. Waldo puts a stick on it again. This one goes into the box, and we'll have a face-off. I'm sure these boys are happy to get a little break. Defense coming off. We've got Shapansky, and Purdy should be coming on, but I don't see Purdy there. Looks like we're down a player. Purdy is now finally getting over the wall, so gave them a freebie power play. Good job by Bobo as he gloved that one, came kind of floating through the air, a little knuckle puck, and he's able to control that, slow things down, and get our defense on the ice. So we've got Moon, DeGarmo, and Waldo up front. It's been a good line. Defense, Purdy, and I believe Shapansky's back on. Puck goes out wide. Shapansky chasing it down. Moon trying to knock it out. Actually, it was Waldo. Purdy knocking it forward. Up to Waldo. Waldo skates it across, dumps it, gives off a skate of a Utah player. They throw it back around. Shapansky and McNeil chasing it down. McNeil flicks it down. Good job. The ref thought he was going to lose his head there, but he's safe. Shot on goal, and it's in the back of the net. From way out wide, Bobo was pretty shielded by players. I don't think he even saw that one come through until the last second. And so that's going to tie up the game again. 2-2 is the score. 2:28 left to go in this first period. Fraser Valley Eagles against the Utah Junior Mustangs. Johnny Culpa Thomas line coming back in. In the back, we've got Madsen and Purdy. 2-2 the score. 2:30 left to go. Puck goes down. Thomas is going to chase it. Sends it back there to Purdy. Purdy brings it back. He's got some pressure coming on. Culpa, after it, ends up going to a Utah player. Culpa, good job getting it out of there. Ends up being tripped as the player falls down. Not intentional. Utah gets it out. Vela almost had it there. Thomas, Purdy fighting for it. Utah ends up with it. They're going around the front. Backhand. Good job by Bobo keeping it out of there. Utah setting up again. It goes in. Good job. It goes in towards the goal, not in the net, thankfully. Purdy got it out before it could sit in front of the net too long. Culpa trying to get out the zone. Blocked out by a Utah player. Keeps it in. Comes back. Purdy chasing that one down. Utah gets there first. Utah looking for the pass to the middle. They've got it up top, trying to get it out. Goes to Purdy. Purdy in the corner, sends it around to Madsen. Madsen hoping to get it out of there, goes to a Utah player before Madsen can get there. Culpa backhands it. Utah. Another shot towards the goal. Good job by Bobo. That was a hard shot from way out wide. Vela with it, or Thomas with a chance here, can't quite turn around to get to that puck that was sent down from the defensive side. Utah turns it around. And another shot. Good job. Bobo's on it. Glove save. Quite a few shots on goal by the Utah side the last few minutes here. We need to turn this thing around and get the puck on our side of the ice.
Yeah, we're skating in mud here. We
Gotta speed things up and get it out of there.
We gotta get it out of this.
All right, same line still in there. Vela. Oh, looks like someone popped out. I think Thomas is out. Oh no, he's still there. Shapansky and Madsen on defense. Puck goes around to Madsen. Madsen dumping it forward, hoping somebody can race there. Let's see if this thing slows down enough to and nope, icing call. So we'll bring it back down to the Fraser side of the ice. Give these boys a quick chance to breathe. Thomas, Vela, Culpa up front. Madsen and Shapansky in the back. 2-2 the score. 57 seconds left to go in the second period. Vela with the face-off. Puck goes forward. Thomas and Culpa swatting at it. Goes back to Utah. Utah trying to make something of it. They're going to bring it behind the goal. Send it to the front. Goes to Culpa. Culpa, nice pop forward, but a Utah player able to get that in the neutral zone. Thomas putting some pressure on. Culpa as well. Comes back to Madsen. Misses his stick. Madsen's going to chase it around the back. He's got Shapansky on the far side, and he's going to use him. Sends it around. Shapansky fumbles a little bit with it on his stick. Goes to a Utah player. Thomas putting some pressure on. Back check, good job by Thomas. Thomas comes out with it, sends it forward, goes to a Utah player. Off the Utah skate, Culpa's there. Thomas is down on the ice. He's up, Vela's skating it through. Bounces off a stick, it's sitting there open. Utah launching it down. Goes back to Shapansky. Shapansky sends up to Vela. Vela knocks it forward to Thomas. Thomas, good job backhanding it past. Thomas is gonna get it. Let's see if he can get something going on here. He's boxed out by the Utah player. Goes to Culpa, and that's gonna be the end of the period. And it's a hot one here. Tight game. 2-2 the score. And pretty even pressure. I mean, there's been moments where the puck's been on our side of the ice, putting some pressure on their goalie, and then moments on our side of the ice where Bobo's had to stand up and make some save.
That second score on Bobo there was definitely a screen. He had to get right for him.
Yeah.
It's just
last second you saw his hand move.
Yes,
I don't think he saw it till the very last second, and it was too late.
Utah's definitely getting the much more shots on goal. I think they're really got to spend 10 on shots on goal right now.
Yep.
But yeah, these guys are going to have to rally. It's going to be a tough tournament. This is tough. It's A-level competition we're playing here.
Is this an A tournament?
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
I was wondering that. Okay.
So,
It'd be nice to have another line. But you can say it's nice, it doesn't change anything. So the boys are probably thinking the same thing, but they're also thinking, hey, it's just us. Nobody's going to come in and give us a breather. We got to man up, win this game.
yeah, a little bit more strategy goes into play here. How long do you keep them on the ice? When do you let them change out?
Even being strategic, I love the hard hitting and the physical play, but you got to make that hit and don't waste energy, you know, with the extracurricular stuff afterwards, because that's pretty tiring. Whistle's blown. Boys are going to be back on the ice. 2-2 the score. Final period of this game. Fraser Valley Eagles against the Utah Junior Mustangs. Bobo in net. He's done a great job back there. First line for Fraser coming in looks like it'll be the Moon, DeGarmo, and Waldo line. Moon with the face-off. Ref's trying to get everybody pumped up, but he kind of yelled to the wrong team and the wrong. Goes back to Kai. Kai moving it down, hoping to bring it towards the net. He's got a couple players there, sends it across, nobody there, but McNeil able to get into it. Good send up to DeGarmo. DeGarmo hoping to get through to Moon. Moon can't quite get there. Purdy's going to be up top if he needs him. Utah able to skate this one out. Good job by Moon, putting the pressure on. Good back check. Comes back to Purdy. Purdy setting up. Looking for who to pass it to. Sends it up to DeGarmo. DeGarmo skating it around. Gets past one player. He's getting pushed out. Shoots towards the goal. Good deflection by the goalie. Off. Moon's there. Moon skates it around. Goes to DeGarmo. DeGarmo back up top. Utah. They're going to get it through there. Good job there by Purdy getting a stick on it. Hoping to get a Fraser player to get it out there. Moon back checks that one. Able to get it. Moon skating down. Shot towards the goal, deflection off, nobody's there. Good idea there, chest that goalie, and he did. He wasn't able to keep it in. He bounced it out, but nobody crashed the net. Nobody was quite close enough. And so we'll keep trying that. New line in, Vela Thomas Kolbe line. And then new defense with Shapansky and Madsen.
For anybody wondering at home, we got to learn that our 12 team was also in this tournament, tied their first game.
Okay, they tied that first game. Nice. All right, Vela was going to take the face-off here. Puck goes back. Kolbe trying to push at it. Vela again sends it towards the goal. Kolbe go behind. Thomas is going to be there as well. Trying to send it to the middle. Goes behind the net. Thomas looking for someone to send it to. Sends it to the middle. Oh, Vela was almost there. Backhand by Kolbe. Another shot by Vela off the goalie's pad. Good job by the goalie. Good try by the offense there. Utah turning it back the other direction, but they're surrounded by Fraser players. They have to slow it down. Thomas skating this one down. He's by himself. Oh no, it's Vela. Thank you. They've all got white helmets and black shirts. Vela takes it behind. Thomas is in front of the goal, looking for the pass. Utah able to get it out, and they're going to try to make a fast break here, but they're somewhat surrounded. Come around, Kolbe, big hit to the boards. Vela drops his stick. Thomas puts some pressure on. Madsen sends it back up. Utah able to grab it in the neutral zone. We got a little bit of a fall there. Madsen sends it out wide. Vela's going to cover up, and we've got I think a tripping call on Utah. And so we'll have a power play for Fraser. This is only the second power play of the game. There's been a pretty good hard-hitting game, but only the second penalty out there.
I saw somebody laying on top of Miles, so I'm not sure if that's
okay,
what the
maybe it was a post hit. Like Miles, there's a little trip up going, but it didn't look intentional, but maybe it was what happened after the trip up.
Kind of laid on top of the penalty. We'll see. I don't know if that's a penalty or not, but either way.
Could be. So it looks like our power play this time, we're going to have Thomas, Vela, and Moon in there. Oh, yep. Actually, up front, we're going to have DeGarmo, Thomas, and Moon, Vela, and Purdy on defense. DeGarmo with the face-off. Puck goes back. Comes up. Utah's going to just whip that one down. And this is going to be an icing call. And we'll bring it back up front. 1:52 left to go in the power play. Be great for Fraser to get one in here. We've got 11:52 left to go in the game. It's been a pretty intense game here, and in a close game. Anybody's game at this point. 2-2 the score. DeGarmo with the face-off. Thomas and Moon up there to support him. Vela and Purdy in the back. Puck goes through. Utah ends up with it again. Thomas, good job getting the stick on the ice. Stops it initially, but comes out of the zone. Vela skating back, looking for someone to pass to. Vela sends it up to Moon. Moon working it forward. Utah skate fast to get there. Moon brings it into the corner. He's got Thomas if he can get to him. Goes out wide. Good cross. Comes out of the zone. Purdy can't send it through. They come back. Check back. Utah. Skating it. Thomas with some pressure. Utah. Chips it through. Comes back to Purdy. Purdy's going to bring it around. Sends it around to DeGarmo. DeGarmo making a move. Shot towards the goal. Way over the top. But Vela's going to be there. Thomas off. Looks like Copa on. DeGarmo's going to take it outside. Utah able to get it, a little pickpocket, but DeGarmo steals it back. They're fighting for it on the ice there. Moon, a little bit of a high arm on that when Moon came through. Glad the ref didn't call that. Utah trying to get back through there. Goes back to Vela. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Vela comes off of his stick, and Utah hoping to get a chance here. They've got one player skating it back and forth. They're hit from a couple sides. DeGarmo with the puck sends it up to Moon. Moon skating it forward. He's got Vela if he can use him. Moon's going to bring it down, brings it across the ice. Shot towards the goal, way high and wide into the netting. That'll be a face-off. 18 seconds to go in the power play.
Miles looks like to make up after that last
Did he?
hit. He's favoring his shoulder. We'll see next week.
Did he come off the ice?
He came off
Still
the ice.
on. Okay.
He took himself off.
Looks like Vela or Colpa getting checked out by the ref and the coaches on the side there.
Maybe a stinger. I can't
Yeah,
tell.
let's hope it's not one that lasts. DeGarmo with the face-off. Purdy and Vela on defense. Puck goes back to Purdy. Purdy backhands it into the corner. Utah able to get on it. Utah's going to send it to Vela. That's we've got 9 seconds left to go in the power play. Utah backhands it in. Waldo knocking that one through. Goes back. Vela kicks it forward. Trying to get up to Moon. Gets to Moon. Moon bringing it through. Big hit off the wall. DeGarmo. DeGarmo skating it down. Gets hung up there. He's hoping for a penalty of some sort. Nothing called. Moon brings it out wide. Sends it across to Waldo. Waldo shoots it towards the middle. And it's in! That one was the slow motion. Rolls into the back of the net. Just off the side pole. Nobody could tell. Was it going to bounce off the post and out or bounce off the post in? And it was the slow motion off the post in.
That slow of a puck go in there and hang it up, and that was
We'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take whatever goes across that blue line in the back of the net there. Good job. I think that one was Waldo, right?
I think we're going to get that to Waldo. It looked like it may have been deflected by one of their own players, maybe even the goalie itself, and then it just 3 seconds worth of rolling into the net.
Thomas, Vela, and Waldo up top. Colpa still working out his shoulder on the in the box there, so he's definitely not feeling great. Goes up to Thomas. Thomas to Waldo. Waldo skating across the line. He's got Thomas in the middle. He's got Vela behind him. Goes to the front. Utah able to get a stick on it. Can't get the cross in.
Brought a Utah trainer over to help out.
Utah skating through. Vela with some pressure. Utah is going to take a shot towards the goal. Good job by Bobo getting that one out of there. Waldo, he's got Thomas. If he can skate towards him. Thomas can't quite get around the Utah player. Was hoping for the pass, I think, a little bit earlier. Utah skating it around. Utah holding it in the back. Sends it through Vela. He's got a shot. He's off of a Utah shin guard. That was a good chance there with the screen, but it ended up hitting the Utah player. Utah skate it through. They've got the pass off of our skate. Good job by Bobo, watching out for the friendly fire there. Vela skating it forward. Good hit by Utah. Getting Vela off the puck. Thomas chasing in hard. Try to get down there. Madsen chasing it into the corner. 3-2 is the score. We're at 8.5 minutes left to go in this period. Be great to get another one on the board, get a little bit of breathing room. Vela skating this one down. Big shot out wide. Oh, deflected off of the goalie's mitt. That's the second shot where I've seen the goalie where I thought the goalie would be able to hold it in, and he hasn't. And that's good to note. Shoot those towards the goalie and look at the deflection. Purdy coming around behind our net. Line change for Fraser. Purdy whips it back the other direction. We've got McNeil on there. Good hit by McNeil on the Utah player into the boards. Good job as Moon collects that puck. They skate it down the middle. Moon moving back down. He's got Waldo up front. He's got DeGarmo on the side. Let's see if he can get to one of his teammates here. Sends it, tries to send it through his legs, doesn't quite get there. DeGarmo chasing it down, also tries to send it the middle. Utah player slips up onto the ice. DeGarmo gets it out of there. Moon, he's got an opportunity there. If he sees Waldo, Waldo's wide open. Comes off the goalie of Utah and into the netting. We'll have a face-off. Give these boys a quick breather. Copa still sitting on the bench on the side. We had exactly 2 lines, and so with Copa at least down for a little while, it'd be great to have him for the rest of the tournament, so I think it's smart to not push him too quickly, and at least to make sure he's doing okay. It definitely looks like his shoulder's not feeling good. Utah knocks it around, comes around to Waldo. Waldo trying to keep it in. Purdy knocks it back out. Into the zone, comes across the middle, nobody there. But Utah. Sent through. Bobo gets his knee on that pad. McNeil tries to send it out, goes to a Utah player. Utah looking for a chance here. Good job, McNeil. Sorry, the camera. Keep it goes in front of the front. We've got DeGarmo racing it down, a 1-on-2. Let's see if DeGarmo can get past the players, brings it out wide, shot towards the goal, goes wide. Waldo's gonna be there, but it's too fast to get hit to him. Shapansky's gonna take it. Shapansky tries to get it through, goes to a Utah player. Utah getting hung up with the puck in the mid-central zone. Shapansky's gonna take it in the back. Shapansky up to Moon. Moon, he's gonna get it. He's got DeGarmo there. It's a 2-on-2. Goes to DeGarmo. DeGarmo misses his stick. Goes back to Utah. Utah bringing it back. Madsen's gonna get it. Madsen sends it back down against the boards, and the Utah player gets it. Good job by Shapansky keeping the pressure on, but that one goes to the very corner of the net. And that's gonna tie this thing up again. 3-3 the score. 6:16 left to go in this final period. No relief for these players as the tension continues to rise. It's physical and it's tight. 6:16 left to go. 3-3 the score. Timeout called by one of the teams. Give these guys a break. I would guess maybe by the Fraser coach. See if we can get a breather into the Fisher players. It has been a good game, physical game, a tight game. Boys are going to have to dig deep here. These last minutes of the game, we need to get one in the back of the goal. I would love to see one in the back of the goal early. And then another one. And then another one. I wish that helped. For me, I just wish that to happen. How you feeling, Bobo? What's Bobo thinking right now?
6 minutes left. We're just going to keep the pressure on.
He seems in the zone.
Love to see him down there a little bit more.
Yeah. We're on our goalie's side of the ice, but I wouldn't mind having the video across to the other side most of this period if that's where the puck stays. All right, boys are back in the ice. Timeout's over. Looks like we're gonna have Thomas, DeGarmo, and Moon starting up front. McNeil and Purdy on defense. Moon with the face-off. Puck is down. Goes back to DeGarmo. DeGarmo knocks it forward. Utah able to get it there. Good job by DeGarmo. Dumps it in. Moon chasing this one down. Thomas back there too. DeGarmo keeps it going there. Purdy swings it back around. Purdy's there waiting. DeGarmo, it comes out. But he goes down. Utah pushing back. Defense scooting back. Thomas, good pressure. Good job by McNeil. Sends that one through. Little push in the back there by DeGarmo. Thankfully, no call. And Thomas, he's got a chance here. He goes across. He's going to have a player on him. He's got only a backhand shot. Cuts it back. Can't get around a player. And looks like Utah's going to send that one down. That'll be an icing call.
Well, I'm not sure we're going to have Miles coming back in. He's still working on it.
Yeah. I think at this point, with a full tournament left to go, better to let him rest it, and we'll see how he is for our 2 o'clock game. I mean, I wouldn't mind him on the ice right now. 3:31 left to go.
3-3 to score.
Utah Junior Mustangs against the Fraser Valley Eagles. Moon, DeGarmo, Waldo up front. Purdy, McNeil in the back. Moon drops it down, goes to Purdy. Purdy, gets out of his, away from his stick. He whips it back down, hoping to get past the Utah player, and he does. Purdy skating it down. Someone needs to cover him up. Looks like Waldo's got the cover up on defense as Purdy's skating down behind the net. Waldo coming back.
Good speed there for Utah. Shoots it towards Bobo. Bounces up high.
We clear it out. Doesn't get out of the zone, but Moon's going to get there. And he's going to link it down, and it's going to come wide. They blow off icing. DeGarmo chasing it down. Utah cuts it back. A little bit of time.
Madsen easily able to get it in the back of the ice.
Sends it forward. Utah almost gets a stick on it. Waldo trying to send it forward into the Utah side of the ice. Goes to Shapansky. Shapansky, Madsen. Madsen back over. Across to DeGarmo. DeGarmo skates it down. He brings it into the zone. Tries to backhand it. Doesn't get there. Waldo getting a stick on it. Goes back into the corner. Only Utah there to grab it. Goes through. It's going to come out of the zone to Madsen. Madsen has to slow down. Offsides, but they don't call it. There's been a number of those this game. Looks like if they check it back, they're not on the whistle very quickly. DeGarmo putting the shoulder on him.
Fraser needs to get this thing out of there, not play around with it in front of the goal. Waldo, DeGarmo, trying to get it out of there. 2 Utah players. Goes up to a Utah player. Utah sends it to the middle. Moon's on it.
Moon backhands over to Shapansky. Shapansky off the wall. Can't get it past the Utah player.
Sends it to the goal. Ooh, that was a close one. Comes out wide of the goal. Back to Utah. Utah, little time. Deflection. Oh my goodness, off the sidebar. Another shot towards the goal. That one was scary. That was off the upright. Utah, again, working it around. We need to get out of the zone. Goes up high into the net. That's going to be a face-off.
New line coming on. Vela Thomas and looks like Vela Thomas and McNeil and Purdy. I'm not sure who the other offensive player is. Looks like Waldo's staying on. All right, we've got 3:19 left to go. These boys need to play hard for this last 3 minutes. I know they're out of energy, but they need to keep going. Puck goes back. Up to Thomas. Thomas sends it through. Goes to a Utah player. Good job by McNeil getting a leg on it. Goes back to DeGarmo, McNeil. McNeil to Thomas, bounces off. Waldo under his stick. Utah whips it towards Bobo, goes wide of the goal. Purdy sends it around. Vela up to Waldo. Waldo slowing it down, sends it through. Let's see if Thomas can get there before the Utah player. Thomas uses his body but can't get the other Utah player out of the way. Utah skating it back and forth. Good pressure by the defense. High over the top of the net. Utah, again, sending it through. Thomas trying to get it out of there. Good job, goes up to Vela. Vela can't stick poke it out. Purdy stays into the zone, comes out of the zone. Thomas, Waldo skating it down. He's got Vela on the far side. If he sees him, he fans on it. Comes out wide. Purdy, slap shot. Oh, almost a deflection into the goal by Thomas. Waldo pushing for it there. He's going to kick it out to a Utah player. Utah up to the other Utah player. Purdy knocks it through. Goes across to Waldo. Waldo back to Thomas, but it was behind him. Thomas able to skate through. He's going to get there. Does he have a player to send it to? Comes off of a Utah player. Skate. Vela brings it in the front. Shot towards the goal. Deflected off the goal. He's got Thomas in the middle. Oh my goodness. If he would have done the one-timer, that would have been in the back of the net. Open net. He grabs it with his stick. Deflection, so no icing called. Line change. Madsen bringing it out. Madsen sends it up. Goes to Moon. Vela skating it back and forth. Shot towards the goal, wide. Vela skating in hard, hoping he gets another shot at it. Behind the net, Moon's going to be there. Moon backhands it to Vela. Vela looking for somebody in the middle, nobody there. Purdy whips it back around, goes back to Moon. Moon's got behind. He's got Vela in the middle. Oh, good save by the goalie. That was a great place. Puck still in play. Comes outside wide, slap shot into the goalie. Another shot into the back of the net by Vela. Wow, that was a whole barrage of shots there. It was beautiful. Vela brought it to the back, sent it up front. Really good slap shot or for one-timer by DeGarmo, but great job by the goalie knocking that one down. Comes out, brought back around the back. Vela sent it back in. When I think it was way out to Purdy. Purdy sent it in, and it deflected off, and Vela was able to swat it into the back of the net.
Let's keep our eyes here. I think we're going to have an empty net coming up for
All right, looks like Utah may be pulling.
We've got 1 minute left to go. Timeout called by one of the two teams. It's 3-4. This has been a tight game. Third period, 1 minute left to go. We have not quite a full two lines as our Kulpa got hurt. It's nice to see Kulpa standing on the side there. I don't think he's going to play. He might be. He doesn't have gloves on, but it's nice to see him at least standing. Looks like he had a bit of a shoulder pain. He does actually have his gloves on, so we'll see what happens if we'll get him for the last minute or not.
He's out there like he's going to come out.
He does look out like he's going to come out.
Working on the shoulder for the last 2 minutes and maybe
Put some icy hot on
icy
there.
hot on there.
Yeah. Being ahead by 1 point doesn't hurt.
Love to have the,
Yeah, the energy. I mean, Kulpa is, he's a powerhouse back there. He puts a lot of forecheck on. He disrupts the play. That's right. So I wouldn't mind him out there at all.
Let's see if Utah goes empty net here.
I mean, I would. You've got 1 minute left. Can they start with the empty net? Or do they have to start? Okay. We'll see how they set up. Again, 1:04 left to go in this third period. 3-4 is the score. This has been a battle of a game. Okay, they're starting with their goalie, and we'll see if they pull him as soon as it gets going, or if they'll just trust their front five. Looks like they're playing it pretty tight. Moon, Vela, DeGarmo up front. Defense, Shapansky and Purdy.
It's kind of our power play team here.
Goes up to Moon, sends it forward, goes to Utah. Utah working it back. Goalie's staying in. Vela skates it around, sends it across. Moon's gonna grab it. 52 seconds left to go. Utah sends it out back. Shapansky's got it back there. Goalie's leaving. We're gonna have an empty net. Extra power. DeGarmo sends that one wide. No icing call, which is great. 37 seconds left to go. Vela's putting pressure on. We've got a 6-on-5 situation going here. Good job by DeGarmo. Vela's got the shot. He shoots it. Oh, good job by Utah blocking it with a skate. That one was heading towards that empty net. DeGarmo putting some pressure on. Vela gets there. He's skating it down. If he can get a shot here, goes towards the goal, and it's in the back. That's going to finish the game. 15 seconds left to go. 3-5 is the score.
I want to say that's 4 for Johnny.
That might be, was that?
It might be 4 for Johnny.
Did Johnny get 4 of the 5?
Got 1, and Johnny might have gotten 4 of those. We have to check the stats.
There's that one game we couldn't, the one earlier score we didn't quite know.
At least Johnny's third.
Yes.
Wow, what a good game
This has been.
The score will probably finish out 3-5, but that doesn't really show how close this game has really been. Moon, DeGarmo, Waldo up front. Puck goes down, goes forward to Moon. Moon sends it to the Utah team. 10 seconds left to go.
Comes outside wide. Utah skating it through. Good job by Purdy knocking it out. Purdy still fighting for it. Utah, chance in front, and that's the end of the game. Great job for just a two-line Fraser Valley Eagles to start this tournament. That was a physical game, a good, hard game. And
That was a very well-matched
it was a very well-matched game.
There was we had a little bit of sloppy,
There was some slop, I think he could
dropping
account
pucks, hitting them in the other player, but
It's one of those-
we
one
get
of those-
warmed up a little bit. They'll clean that up as the game goes, as the tournament goes on. I'll take the win, however we
Let's
get.
just hope Miles can get some ice on the shoulder.
Yeah, he's still shrugging it there. All right, boys go together, shake hands. They'll greet the coaches. Okay, so at 2:40 we'll play against our kind of mountain rival, Extreme. Extreme is made up of what, like, area?
Carbondale Rifle.
Carbondale Rifle. Okay. Is that who we're playing? Is it next weekend? We're going for that scrimmage? Is that Extreme scrimmage? All right. Boys get together in the middle.